Men going their own way is liberating and unplugging men from the matrix. Most men are waking up to reality and don't want to be disposable objects anymore. They are sick and tired of being treated as ATMs, free psychologists, and emotional providers. They were told to do certain things for women, but realized the efforts were useless. It comes to me as no surprise that there's a movement helping men regain their power and fight against the simp and slave mindsets. You're about to know the ultimate definition of MGTOW and just some sample stories that prove that men going their own way are happier than those who still believe in fairy tales. But before we go deeper, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Tim Dang. He said, "Thanks, I really need to be reminded of this constantly. I've been going my own way for 1 year since I was 18. I gave up dating because I'm 5'5". Seeing how most women view short guys, even short women view short men terribly, it's understandable why short guys like me don't want to date anymore. I have friends who never cared about dating and stayed single their whole lives, and they live better lives than me. That's how I knew dating is optional and that I don't need to date. I honestly miss how things were before the pandemic. 2019 was the best year of my life, and I should have appreciated the times I had in high school. Back then things were good. I only ever hung out with people I've known in high school. I know I talk about high school all the time, but it's just that things were so good back then compared to now. Right now, it's like all of the sudden, the dating has gotten a whole lot worse ever since I finished high school when the pandemic ended. I remember a year ago when I made the decision to leave dating behind forever. I didn't know how I was going to live, but then I realized after discovering the red pill and MGTOW is that freedom and doing the things that I enjoy are more important, like gym, martial arts, etc. Thank you for sharing your experience. I am so glad that you're focused on your purpose, so keep it up. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual, guys, I will pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most light, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Now, back to the video. MGTOW is gaining more popularity given the current state of the world. Men are frowned upon when they show the slightest sign of weakness. Equality and social justice are just good-sounding ideas that are making men second-class citizens. Plus, because of these ideas, men's fighting spirit disappears, and as a result, society accepts more control over their lives. Regardless of how bad we are treated as men, society cannot function with us. Gold diggers and attention-seeking women are perfectly aware of this. Here's a brief story of the MGTOW movement. It was born in the United States in the 2000s as a declaration of ownership over sovereignty. It's the right to say no to narratives that don't benefit men. It's a rejection of preconceived notions and stupid cultural habits that define a man today. For example, simping. Men going their own way does not try to fit into social norms. Men refuse to kneel down and be disposable slaves. Instead, it encourages men to live first for their interests in a world where we're supposed to put women on a pedestal. The key points of MGTOW are the following. The intrinsic nature of women is very selfish. Women seek the best man they can get. This is also known as hypergamy. A man might make a great effort to please a woman, but oftentimes when money problems pop up, the girl finds another more resourceful man. Our society is genocentric, and women are hedonistic, materialistic, and unable to think in the long term. Come to think of it, the materialistic part is absolutely true since women are the biggest consumers in today's economy. It's common to see women with huge shopping bags full of clothes they don't really need, and that's only an example. Men are the weaker sex, and not the way around. Men's suicide rate is higher, men's unemployment is higher, and they do the most dangerous jobs such as road repair, army, construction, etc. Technological transformation and political actions have favored women. The political establishment supports feminism and passes laws that favor women in family court, giving her the right to rip off her ex-husband and keep the children. Plus, women easily get attention with social media, while most men are basically invisible and lonely. Despite all these reasons why men choose this movement, there's a hidden benefit that is helping men stay away from social rules and live their best life. I'm talking about detachment from the sexual attraction exerted by women. It's not uncommon to see divorced men or simply guys who had a tough breakup join the community. After a lifetime of societal programming, men notice that the dogmas instilled in them are harmful to them. Therefore, MGTOW comes as life, time, and depression savior for men who haven't yet lived those difficult situations. In fact, the community is supportive and men encourage each other to improve every single day without the need to please a woman. Here are some stories answering the question: has MGTOW made your life any better? Success story number 1. Of course it has. Before, I was baffled and unable to understand why I was doing all the right things and still being miserable, trying my hardest and still coming up short, giving my all and never getting anything back. However, now I understand everything. Now I get why my value as a human being is judged by my bank account and why my existence has been dedicated from the start to preparing to be someone's protector, provider, and emotional chew toy, while no one would protect me, provide anything for me, or at the very least, not insult me for having emotions at all, let alone care about them. MGTOW taught me the fundamental reason why I was losing the game before I'd even begun playing it. It helped me grasp the cause of my frustration and anger, and made me consciously realize what my rational brain knew all along. MGTOW gave me clarity. It gave me understanding and a lexicon with which to educate other men, including my own son, about the realities of the human condition as regards men. Yeah, my life is okay, and it is going to get better with my newfound understanding. Success story number 2. It sure has. It's made me avoid a great deal of trouble. No drama, no conflicts in my life. Marriage can literally ruin a man's life if he goes through a divorce. You only have one life, and if it gets ruined, you're out of luck. I feel that by remaining single, I've dodged a bullet. I'm financially independent and live quite well. In fact, I was able to retire early. If I were married, my wife would divorce me and take most of my money, leaving me in poverty. Success story number 3. This one is fantastic, by the way. I underwent a mental and spiritual transformation that taught me certain important lessons and values. When I learned about MGTOW years later, I found that some of the MGTOW philosophy echoes those lessons and values. I also appreciate when men going their own way focus on the vast potential for and feelings of fulfillment, self-actualization, contribution, peace, and character building that going one's own way provides. I think all men need to go their own way for such a time that it takes them to actualize themselves fully and be able to remain constant with that character for their lifetime. In fact, women need to go their own way for a time too. Only then will both genders be able to collaborate on a dynamic that is healthy and drama-free. Such good stories. The last one, indeed, leads me straight to the conclusion. Unlike what the media tries to portray, this movement is not misogynistic, sexist, or toxic. It's nothing but a natural response to the mistreatment of men, and it will exist until society undergoes a revolution or a reform. That's it for today's video. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Have you ever heard these stories? What made you join the movement? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, hit the like and subscribe buttons, comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.